Did you guys see Mtesh released some like info on his game that he's making? For anybody who didn't know, Mtesh has been working on a game for a while. Who cares? Well, it is interesting, you know, because especially for this, like unlike Demone, who was like kind of trying to create the best game in the world, which is like, all right, that's not, you know, it's a bit crazy, right? Mtesh is like making like a seems to be like, I think what he's trying to make is a better Raid Shadow Legends. I think is the best way to say it.
Hey everyone, Mtash here, and I've got some really exciting news. For the last year or so, I've been working with Fateless on a video game.
I think it's like
game dev, and
I think the best way to define it is like a better Raid Shadow Legends, right? But I'll see this.
And idea side of things, and some QA stuff as well. I've been working with them to hopefully build a game that can compete with Raid Shadow Legends and beat it. You're going to see in this video some
Raid Shadow Legends
that honestly look incredible in my opinion. And I also have a little bit of footage of a little demo that's going to be playable at Gamescom. If you want to sign up for the beta for our game,
which is crazy, by the way.
Right now, we're getting closer than you might think.
The fact that his game's going to be at Gamescom.
Game. It looks fantastic, and
his game's going to be at Gamescom, chat. That's actually crazy.
Now, Fateless, we got a massive investment early on to get this project started, and we've been working with Magic Media to build this. These are the character models in the game. This is how they look when you're in the middle of a battle.
That's what I'm saying. It is very much RPG. In that Raid Shadow Legends aesthetic.
There's lots of gear. There's lots of factions. It is a game that is essentially next-gen Raid Shadow Legends, if you want to call it that. However, we're focusing on a lot of knowledge from Raid Shadow Legends creators and creators like myself that have played other gacha games to mitigate frustration points and hopefully provide a game where you can have really cool characters with really cool attacks.
Is that true?
You know, meaningful clans, cool
like
PvP.
Random knowledge.
We're gonna have some you know, standardized PvP where your gear doesn't matter and your luck and your wallet doesn't matter. We've got a lot of things coming. This is our game, Godforge. Okay, so I'm going to just jump over to the website, but before I do that, I'm just going to show you a quick little animation.
Will Mtash main this game?
Will look like. And this is the bare bones pre-alpha, pre-demo footage, okay? This is not a final product, and I think it already looks pretty darn good.
I mean, I think it's got all the pieces there, right? Turn order, it's got over there. It's got speed button, 2x speed. It's got the attacks, like it's got the basics. And he said this is like pre-alpha footage, chat. This is like probably 2 years out, right? Or more. So
good. It's going to be a bit of an over-the-shoulder look. Let me just kind of hide myself.
It's kind of like HSR.
So you can see this better. It's going to be kind of an over-shoulder look. This is not finalized UI, but the characters that are in this game, they're going to be myths and legends from the world.
No, he'll end up
so you're gonna
quitting
have
and
people
make
like
a video
Hercules.
about how bored
You're going to
he
have
is.
people like Zeus.
He can't do that. It's his own game.
Like Zeus, I should say. Anubis. There's going to be multiple different factions, and this is just an example of what an attack might look like. Okay, that's just one basic attack here. So I'm also going to leak some of the models that are in the game. This is King Arthur. This is one of the ones that was in the trailer from before. We've got one of our Spartans. And this guy was right at the beginning, but I actually have some animations that I can show you. They're not finished, but I can give you an idea of what this will look like. So we've got this like jumping, slashing, wind attack. And we've also got one where he sends out a projectile, like a little X and slashes behind it. It looks pretty darn cool. Again, we need to touch these things up. Oh, and then there's this one where you kind of dash around and slash. So this is just one character. So our game is going to be called Godforge, and there's a beta sign up over in the corner there if you want to do that right now. But a quick breakdown of what the game is. Divinity has been shattered. Big gods like Zeus have been brought down in the battle playing field, and some of the lower people, King Arthur, who is known as immortal, has been given, divinity, has been given power. And so we have this very interesting dynamic where there are gods in the game like Anubis or Ra. However, there's also legends and folklore people that are in the game as well that have been brought up and given more power.
You know what's funny, chat? I know a lot of you guys in chat don't like this aesthetic, and neither do I. But I'll bet you this will print money. That's the thing. It's the same reason why Raid Shadow Legends prints money. Like, that's the thing. As long as MTash and this Fateless company really touch this up and bring it to market and try to do better than Raid, I think it'll print money. How? I don't understand. Ego. Right? You already heard MTash say there's going to be a balanced PvP mode, which probably means there's going to be an unbalanced PvP mode, which means you could probably swipe to be a lot stronger than other players. And that always leads to people who are going to swipe and swipe and swipe and try to be rank 1 and are going to be constantly. And imagine if his game adds stuff like guilds and guild raids and stuff like that. That's going to cause even more competition. Like, this is why I always say the social aspect is one of the biggest aspects, in my opinion. If I was to make a gacha game, I would include so many things where people can compete for rankings and stuff among different tiers of social stuff. 1-to-1s, right? Guild raids, stuff like this. Like, and you add enough of those, and there will be enough social pressure that builds up where people are like, oh, let's go. I'm gonna swipe for this. We got this. And then even within the guild itself, right? There's like small competition be people, because people love attention, right? And I'm sure a lot of people here know, even from playing like MMOs or other games, that there's always that one guy who swipes that extra amount, that swipes that. That guy that's known in the guild to be like the big swiper, right? That always has like the big upgrades and stuff like that, and always wants to be like the guy who's always, like looked at as like, oh, he's a big whale, damn, I was never the biggest whale in any game I played. I've never been, right? I've always like an average whale. And that is gonna print money. So I 100% believe MTash game will print money. Now, does it fit our demographic? Probably not. I don't think a lot of people, at least in my community, are going to be crazy about this, considering most of you cocksuckers hated when I play AFK Journey. Because if you don't like AFK Journey's aesthetic, you're probably not going to like this aesthetic even more. Because AFK Journey is like that midpoint where it's like slightly, more cartoony. This is much more like Raid Shadow Legends-esque. So
they are now essentially gods of their own. We've got Odin, who's a from the Norse.
It's a good thing you can't make a gacha, thank fucking God. I really feel like if I made a gacha, I would make the most predatory fucking evil gacha ever. Because I would know everything that works. I would know all the tricks. And I would employ all of them. But like, just not enough that'll make people quit. And I won't make the game like hard. I won't make it like crazy pay to win, right? All the like PvP is gonna be PvEVP, right? There's not gonna be direct PvP because that's too much, right? Because direct PvP is something that gives too much people anxiety, way too much anxiety. You always want to make it PvEVP, right? As long as there's an extra layer between the players fighting each other, that makes it good enough, right? And not only that, you add something like Guild Wars in Epic 7, right? You start adding guild rankings and rewards for guild rankings. You add solo rankings, all these, and you just add more and more incentives to make people, at least the big giga whales, to whale, right?
Gods and stuff, but we also have Spartans who are now even more powerful than they may have been.
You know what I'd even do on top of that? Next level. I make a global chat for the game, and there's constant announcements whenever someone tops up. And I'm going to have like a $500 top up and a $1,000 top up. And if you do a $500 or a $1,000 top up, it's like, oh my God, Ask a Dimmer just bought the $1,000 pack. Boom, and pops up in the middle of the screen. Everybody's like, oh, damn, If you're in the lobby. Obviously, if you're not in the lobby, if you're in the game, then you don't see it. But if you're in the lobby, it pops up at the top. It's like, oh. And then now, ask who swiped that $1,000. Sure, he just swiped $1,000, but now he feels a little better about it because now everybody in the world knows, Ask a Dimmer. He's kind of rolling in that cash. You will make all the characters females in skimpy outfits? No, wrong.
Did in the past. And so we've got a lot of these different characters in the game that I think are going to be both recognizable, but also we can bring in new ones and even do collaborations.
I will say it's cool that he's doing historical characters. I think those are always
cool. You're going to collect multiple different units, and they're going to have different powers and abilities. But one of the ideas we floated around is there's also going to be kind of ultimate weapons that you can find in these hidden reliquaries and things like that and craft them to bring power. So I've had my hand in pretty much everything from...
Okay, but like, I never understand when developers say like, we're gonna have hidden weapon, legendary relics that you can find and upgrade. Okay, but like literally day one, fucking, you know, Kyostin makes a guide exactly where it is and everybody finds it and everybody just fucking upgrades it. Is it really legendary if everyone and their mother already has it? And like I know developers do that all the time. They're like, there's a hidden legendary weapon, you know? It's like, I mean, you know, what's the point? Unless they made it like procedurally generated map where like everybody's like weapon is completely somewhere different, you know? That could be interesting, maybe, I guess, but like if it's something everybody has access to, like what makes it legendary, you know?
From clan boss design to PvP to monetization. And as someone who's a gamer who, you know, I don't love a lot of the systems in gacha games, I've been very vocal trying to provide a voice for the community and for people like myself that just want a good game.
Okay, but then why are you making a gacha game? All right, see, you notice how I said Mtash's game would make tons of money? This might put a little bit of a hurdle to that. Mtash, stop it. Just do all the monetization gacha games do. And you're already a millionaire. You're gonna be a multi-millionaire. Just do it. Just let it be the gacha game that it's meant to be. Like, I'm being serious, chat. If he gets this whole like sense of justice and morality when creating a gacha game, you are not gonna make good money. The whole point of a gacha game is that it's morally fucked. It's a gacha game. It is literally a casino for kids. All right, right? Like, you cannot have a sense of morality when you're creating a gacha game. You have to take that sense of morality, throw it out the window, and say, I'm gonna make money off of kids gambling, and that's just how you have to accept it, you know? Like, you don't beat around the bush, just go make that gacha game, and it'll print money 1,000,000%. I already see the groundwork. It has the potential. Like, it literally already, honestly, the character models already look better than Raid Shadow Legends, right? Like, it's there, and Raid Shadow Legends makes fat money. You're already halfway there. Just go all the way, you know?
I've looked at the monetization and I've looked at different things and I've always questioned, how can we be fair to the players?
Nope. Gacha games should not be fair. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. That's why free-to-plays cope. That's why free-to-plays cope and have this elitist chip on their shoulders like, I don't need to spend money. I'm free-to-play. I cleared all the content without spending. If it was fair, then nobody would give a shit about being free-to-play, all right? There's a reason people care about being free-to-play. Is because it's not fair, you know?
How can we reward the players for their time and effort? In a lot of these hero collector games, they do events where you can get a free legendary character. But if you fail one part of the event, you don't get anything. We wanted to look at ways to mitigate these problems, provide a shop where you can get incredible rewards to make up for maybe missing a character or completely skipping a character and still being rewarded for your time. I wanted to look at ways that we can give you choice and characters to allow you to beat the content of the game without spending money. You need to be able to play it as a video game as a priority.
Oh god, Mtash is failing every single point that gacha TED Talker was saying yesterday. Remember how that gacha TED Talker was saying, as a gacha game, you should never let people know you can clear the game free. You should make people want to pay. Mtash is literally doing the opposite. He's like, I'm making a gacha game, but I want you to know you don't need to pay. Like, just make the money, Mtash. Fuck your morality. You know, like, you could set your family up forever. Generational wealth we're talking here.
Collecting all the characters is cool. Getting to the top tiers of PvP is awesome, and I know that some people really enjoy that. However, I also was very interested, and thankfully I'm not alone here, in providing other ways for players to feel like they are...
Is it going to be buy to play? So that's one route he can go to maybe make it more fair, do buy to play, but I can guarantee you if it's buy to play, it will automatically be less popular. Nobody likes buy to play games, especially if it's gacha. Like, it's gonna be way less popular. You have to make it free to play, you know? So you shouldn't do buy to play.
Best at the game without having the biggest wallet. We're looking at having normalized PvP leagues where you can jump in and do essentially like an RTA fight against other people and choose kind of set champions with set gear, and it's all about knowledge of the game.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that'll just be like one mode.
You know, we've even talked about doing like a tournament
mode
down the road. Where it's all normalized PvP and no whale is going to win it. It's going to be the person who knows the game the best. There's so many things that we care about. We care about community. We care about, building clans. It's a very, very important thing. And we want you guys to jump in, make a clan, play the game together, and hopefully, love our game. And I think that it's going to be a really cool project. I'm very excited for it. And if you want to learn more, if you want to sign up for the beta, there is that link. You can sign up for the beta, and we want your feedback. Go to the Fateless channel, right? If you go to the Fateless YouTube channel, they've got podcasts, they've got community stuff, they've got tons of videos. It's a really cool
project. Is that a Sticks video?
Stuff. They've got cast channel. They've got.
I've kind of like steered into gacha games recently because honestly, and as sad as I have to say this, the MMO genre is kind of stagnant and almost completely dead. I think that companies, as of the last year, have begun to realize that sex sells and that a character's sex appeal is going to 100% affect.
Oh, just as of the last year? Nah, I think they've known that for a while. That's why gacha games have been the way they were for a long time. It's just that they're pushing the fucking bar. They're pushing to see how far they can go before the government restricts them.
How much that character makes, and then how much your game is going to make, and that is going to determine whether your game is a success or not. Because they want to control the narrative, and a lot of studios, for whatever reason, have this weird impression that they understand your audience better than you do. Whenever I do polls for the big booba waifu characters, my viewership quintuples. So there are so many people that are sitting there just waiting to see my reaction when the waifu appears on the screen. And then immediately when I obtain the waifu, they all just leave.
That's kind of funny.
Podcast, they've got community stuff, they've got tons of videos. It's a really cool project, and I'm
not gonna lie, that was kind of sad.
Really enjoyed being part of it. I would highly recommend that you join the Fateless Discord. You're going to need to join the Discord if you want to do the beta, because they want to, get feedback from people and be able to.
That was genuine, funny Sticks moment.
As information while you're playing and things like that. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're at a new stage now. The alpha is going to be happening at Gamescom.
That's crazy that they got a spot at Gamescom.
It's all going to depend on overall production and the dev side of it. We can't push things out too soon. I can't commit to anything and tell you the exact dates yet, but we are getting much, much closer. The polish is just rapidly increasing. I've seen some new characters like Anubis, and honestly, it is one of the best characters I've seen in one of these games. Like, I'm telling you, it is absolutely gorgeous model, but I can't leak it yet. Simon might have leaked it. I don't know if he's leaked it or not, but when I saw it yesterday for the first time, I was like, wow. I want that champion. I need that champion. How do I get them? So
we'll be the judge of that.
Cool. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, kind of behind the scenes. Very excited for it, and that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.
Okay. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. All right, I think it's pretty cool. Do you think it's recent I hit all gacha was a setup? My game is better? Well, The real question will be if and when his game comes out, if he sticks to playing his game, right? This is like the final test, right? This is like the absolute final test. You know how like in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, not the Chamber of Secrets, in the Sorcerer's Stone, you know how Harry, Hermione, and Ron need to get through like the fucking the dog, the chess, and all the plants and all that shit, right? Each of those challenges were like the gacha games MTech just played thus far, right? And now the Voldemort is his own game. Will he surpass Voldemort, his own game, or will he also quit his own game? If he becomes Harry Potter and then defeats Voldemort, then he was able to create his perfect game. Then there we go. MTech has his perfect game. If he quits, then, you know, we live in the worst timeline where Harry Potter loses to Voldemort and the wizarding world is doomed. We'll see about his game, right? I'm interested to see it succeed. I will say, I hope he succeeds because I have seen... He will be the third creator I've seen try to create a game. And the two other people both failed. Dramatically. The first one was Lionheart. He tried to make a game. Lily actually helped and worked on it, or worked with him. And that was... It was... For a lack of a better term, it did not seem like it went very well, right? And then we had Damon Kim. He tried to make the quote-unquote last game you'll ever play. He literally ended up homeless. Obviously, you know, through a lot of generous donations and stuff, he got out of that and seems to be doing a little bit better, but, right? Hopefully, MTech definitely doesn't seem to be as all-in as, like, Damon, right? I don't think Lion was either for his. Like, Lion still had his own, you know, safety nets and stuff like that. But, you know, hopefully his succeeds. Because I have wanted to see someone I know successfully create a game.
Bongo tap.
You know? Because I think it's pretty cool to create a game, right? Now, is it going to be the best game in the world? Probably not. But, you know, just being able to say you created a game, I think is pretty fucking cool. When can we expect your gacha game? The reason I'll never create a gacha game is because I'll just exploit it and just fucking give myself the best shit all the time. And then I'll never want to play it. Because... because it defeats the purpose of a gacha if I have everything. You know? Not gonna lie, if his game comes in 2 years, it would be too outdated considering it's based on our Raid Shadow Legends and the evolution of gacha quality. Maybe. But I'm sure they'll keep it up to date, right? Or upgrade the graphics as they go. PvP is a thing that can make a game not die, like 7 Deadly Sins. Oh yeah, for sure. But like you have to do it the right way. If you make it too pay to win, it can accelerate its lifespan. If you could create a game without repercussions, what would you make? If I could create a game without any cost to me, I would probably create a game. I think old me would have said I would have created a game that was like a perfect middle line between Genshin and Punishing Gray Raven. But now I would probably say I would probably create a game along the lines of like more like Blue Archive or Princess Connect. More like a team builder, like, you know, chibi based like gacha game. Because I think the cost of upkeep is probably some of the lowest compared to like things like Genshin and WoA. Cost of development is probably a lot less as well because it is on a much smaller scale. And I think it's a very digestible, easy to consume game style that can create a very strong community that will stick with you for a long, long time. You know? I think what Blue Archive, Azur Lane, you know, Princess Connect, what these games are, they're just very simple, easy to get into. Do have a bit of, you know, like end game that is like a bit more hands-on, but you know, most average players won't even fuck with that shit too much, right? So just make a modern FGO game. I don't even know what that would entail, to be honest, but who knows? If it's zero cost, fuck it, I'm making a dream MMO. Yeah, but what the fuck is a dream MMO? You know? Like, as someone who has played MMOs for so many years, even I don't know what the fuck a perfect MMO looks like. It's so hard, you know? A modern FGO is reverse 1999. Nah. If you want me to be honest, I think reverse 1999 is not fully there. Like, if I could port FGO to reverse 1999, I wouldn't do it. Because I don't think it looks good enough. It would have to be better. Yeah, modern FGO is HSR, I would say. That's probably the best example. You know? If you could fully transition into 3D, that would be perfect. You know? You need the appeal first, though. Majority of popular gachas have flair transpiring through design, universe, and lore. Oh, yeah, for sure. But I think I've got a pretty good grasp of, like, what at least my, like, portion of, like, my type of people like. You know? I would have the perfect amount of twin tails, perfect amount of, you know, non-twin tails. I would have high ponytail. I would have the good mix of, well, right, let's determine whether or not I'm going to make a full girls only game or guys like mixed game, right? Personally, I would just make a girls only game. You guys know me. Like, if I were to make a more PGR Genshin mix game, then I would say, okay, then I would do like guys and girls, because I think guys characters at that size could look cool with full 3D models. But if we're talking about a general chibi game, I think chibi guys are like whatever, you know? I don't find chibi guy characters to be cute. I find chibi girl characters to be cute, but I can't find chibi guy characters to be cute. But 3D, full 3D modeled rendered guys could look awesome and cool, right? So if I were making a full 3D modeled game, right, then sure, I would say guy-girl mix. But if I'm just making a chibi game, I want to just make it all girls, right? And you just have to have the perfect mix of, you know, MILFs, you know, big titties, small titties, you know, tall girls, short girls, right? And boom, you got the perfect fucking game, right? And then, I mean, everybody and their mother's done gun girls. Like, what can you do besides guns? There's ships, car girls, planes. Yeah, maybe you do need some fucking furry characters and lolly characters to fucking bring those fucking dumbass degenerates in, because they have like way too much money. Maybe that's like the perfect balance, you know? There needs to be not car girls, plane girls, watches. What the fuck did you say? Watch girls? What the fuck? No. Hang on. Food fantasy? No, it needs to be something that nobody has done. What about just girls? That's lame. Oh, what about instruments? Instruments. That could be cool. No, like, you know, like violins, flutes, tuba, saxophone, you know, the triangle, trumpet, you know? And no, I mean, that could be cool. I think that's a cool concept. Periodic table? That's just Elemental girls? Uranium's releasing next week. Yo, you guys are R5ing Uranium? Someone in chat said Fuda, and honestly, W answer. I mean, yeah, Fuda could be good. Oh, no, literally, I think Fuda's would be fine. Bible game? No, that's stupid. What about furniture? Shut the fuck up, chat. You guys have terrible fucking ideas. You guys have terrible ideas, all right? I'm telling you, I think Instrument Girls was a perfect idea, okay? And you can make it real cute. Can you just imagine the little chibis? And then, like, in their idle pose, they whip out their instrument, they fucking, like, start playing it or something. And then if you have a couple of the chibis together, they start playing the background music together in the, you know, in the dorm, right? I think that could be cute. Tacto P then? Oh, no, that gacha game's ass. And then, yeah, you could have rhythm mini games to, like, cater to the rhythm, you know, the rhythm game Andes. Like, it's just perfect. You say you would like to see an Azure Lane-like game, but with popular historical buildings instead of ships? I don't remember that. You know what could be good? Like, Girls und Panzer, but, like, tank girls. All right? Tank girls would be cool. Maybe it'd be too much. Maybe it'd be too much. How would you do Fuda in a non-porn game with a bulge? Yeah. Just say they're a Fuda. And everybody will just have to be like, oh yeah, okay. So Girls and Ponds, is there a game for that? I don't think there is, right? Tank Girls already exists as a game? Really? Oh shit. Okay, fine. It's called World of Tanks. Shut up. Plane Girls? I don't know. I think Instrument Girls is a perfect idea. I will say, the motherfucker that made the idea of making games based off girls with guns was just like, had such a good idea. Like, I feel like nothing can beat that, you know? That really is the best idea. What about old weapons like swords, a Warhammer, etc.? I mean, so like games like Nikke already kind of have characters that aren't really gun-based, but have like swords and like melee weapons. So it's not like completely a new original concept. Religious girls like nuns? What the heck? Girls based on cars make no fucking sense. What would they do in battle? Turn into a car? Just like conceptually makes no sense. Like what would you even do? Yes? No, that sounds terrible. Like, chat, I'm telling you, the instrument idea is perfect. And now if I see a game do it, I'm gonna fucking copyright strike them. I should copyright this idea. Can you just imagine? In battle, they all have, like, different instruments, and then you get skins with, like, different versions of the instrument, right? Let's say your character is originally a violin character, and now you get a skin with an electric violin, you know? It's pretty cool, right? And then instead of, if you're like a keyboard, right, you can be like different types of keyboards or like different types of pianos, different brands, and you could have like, you know, collab, or like you could do like get sponsored by like different you know, instrument brands, right? Sounds so boring? Yeah, it's boring until I collab with fucking, yeah, what if I collab with Pan Piano, motherfuckers? Yeah, it doesn't sound too boring now, huh? You guys think it's boring because you haven't seen the concept in fruition, right? Imagine if I fully have like the characters already drawn out and they're like cute and stuff, you know, then you'd like it, right? Why can't you imagine cars racing? A racing gacha game sounds so fucking stupid because it already exists with Uma Musume, but it's not like real racing. If Uma Musume didn't exist, you would think it's a bad idea to have horse girls? Yeah, but like, I feel like that works because like, you can't do like, so you want to do like an Umu Musume but with like NASCAR? That just wouldn't work. How would you make them have aesthetics of cars without literally turning into a car, right? Like Uma Musume works because you could just put horse ears and a horse tail and it's a horse girl, but how would you be a car girl? Fucking have an exhaust pipe on the back of your ass? Like put headlights on top of your head? Like how would that even work? Chat, Azurlane works because they fucking just have attachments like ships. Okay, but how would that work as a car? Huh? How would that work as a car? Just racer suits? That's so boring. You would run out of this character design so quickly. Put them inside cars like girls from... I don't know. I feel like, maybe. And then that's not a terrible idea. And then you can sell like figurines and like merch that are like actually the race cars, you know? I don't know. Football girls? What, with like actual football teams? That would be just like a whole lot of fucking overhead to get through, especially with like the specific athletes and stuff, you know? LeBron as a waifu, yeah. Oh my god, I just rolled Cristiano Ronaldo. She's so cute. You can create a Lambo girl and has a Minotaur fighting? What? Software girls who battle all across the internet fighting viruses and spam. I mean, I feel like any idea probably works. I chose the wrong fucking thing. I feel like any idea probably works. It's about execution and character design, right? As long as you make a character cute enough, it'll work, right? And then it just has to be like a, you know, general concept that you can carry across the board across multiple characters. And if you can, then it's like fine. But like, how do you do that? That's the question. Monster Girls? I think Monster Girl as a concept probably already has a gacha game, no? There's no way there's no Monster Musume gacha game. I'm pretty sure there are. Or just create an actual game with original characters? Yeah! And they're instrument girls! What's wrong with that, bitch? Food girls? Food girls just sounds... I don't know. It doesn't sound like there's enough. I mean, maybe. But like, the character designs would be so limiting. I feel like. Can you stop? We are getting out of reality at this point. Like, the thing is... like, it has to be something that just streamlines all of them, right? And I feel like some of the foods would just seem a little like, okay, let's say I was making kimchi fucking stew, girl. Like, how the fuck do you even make that into a character design? You know? Like, I feel like there's just a lot of limitations on, like, what you can really do with food girls. You know? Yeah, okay, if it's just colors, that's not enough, no? There's gotta be, like, clear indicators. Glizzy girl? Yeah, it's just fucking got a fucking, what, 2 pair of buns, like, sandwiching her fucking head? Huh? Colors texture, there's so much. Maybe. I don't know. I still think you guys are discounting my fucking, what is it called? I think you guys are discounting my fucking instrument girl idea way too easily. Alright? There's a lot of fucking instruments out there. Okay? Now I can see instruments. Thank you. I'm telling you, it's a good fucking idea. You guys are all boring and probably have zero musical talent, so probably have zero fucking, like, interest in music in that manner. Let's be honest. Half of you stupid, brain-rotted idiots queued Kendrick Lamar's diss track every fucking day for a month. Like, that's your average taste in music in here, so I don't really expect anything. Okay?